Welcome to the Tiffany Norman Unedited podcast. I am Tiffany Norman. And if you have not tuned into the podcast prior to today, this is just a place where, we laugh, chat, talk about different things, give our opinion in a non abrasive way. We don't want all that harsh feedback. We're just trying to get to know each other on different levels, right? So consider me your new BFF. And today on the podcast, we are talking about dating over 40, and the pressure of looking good. Even if you're married, it's the pressure on Instagram and Facebook and these social media sites with the hair and the boobs and the butt. But anyway, we're talking about all of that. So let's jump right into it. We got Scenic Woods and Rebecca Ellis on the podcast today. Ask you, is dating different over 40?
Yes.
How so? Because you're single. I mean, you with somebody, but you basically single. You've been out there since I have.
What's the difference between dating 40 and dating what?
Dating 20 years ago and dating now.
Dating 20 years ago, you're dating for the fairy tale of what you think is supposed to be. And um
Well, I'm okay. Let me say this. The men dating now and the men dating back then. I know back then when you're young, when you're in your 20s, you got this Pollyanna-ish
mhm.
idea of what a relationship is. And let me tell you, you are so freaking wrong. That is not it's
I did, boo.
yeah. You got this Pollyanna, y'all holding hands, you riding in the car with him, y'all, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that goes with it. But woo, when you get in the thick of things, shit, it's a whole lot
So
more
you
going.
say different, when you say different, you mean as far as dating the actual man himself or you
Dating
as a
in or
woman?
finding good relationships and quality guys, what y'all call quality guys to date. And how do you date, Scenic? Are you like you meet somebody, you like them and y'all commit, or do you like date a little bit and then try to figure out what you like, or you don't rush it, you do rush it? What do you do?
I I only date people that I like. Meaning sometimes women go on dates and they just say, well, such and such, he's nice. I don't really like him, but I'm gonna go out
How do you know if you like them if you don't go out with them a couple of times?
because maybe you've been around that person and setting, maybe they've said things that is not really something, you don't flow with, or maybe you just don't, you're not into them, or maybe they're just not your type. It's no vibe. It could be so many different
So you can
variables.
tell that after like the first
I
meeting.
go I go on energy is what I go on. What I'm feeling from somebody. If I'm not saying that if someone's a douchebag when you meet them that they couldn't end up being your husband, because that could be the story. Y'all laugh about it to this day. So no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I can date somebody. It just takes me one date. Like I don't have to be, that's the difference dating in 40, dating in 20s. Like I'm not gonna be, I don't need time to date you, if I have a red flag. If
Right.
you have a red flag on the first date, then you should just not go back.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
You know, I don't have time for that. And that red flag may not even come on the first date. It may come later. But if it does, just, so I'm a relationship girl, I've tried dating, I've done the dating thing and been by myself and had a boyfriend on the East Coast and a boyfriend on the West Coast and, a boyfriend over here, So I've been a player. I've been in a relationship when I was younger, but then, ultimately I wanted marriage, the family, and I have been married, I married my best friend at the time, you know, and it was probably about, 4-year marriage. And I married for the wrong reasons. I married because it was my friend and I was, 30 years old and I was like, I should be married. it was a numbers game. It was a I should be here by when.
Hi, Scenic. How are you?
I'm
Her name is
good.
Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca, how's it
Call her
going?
Becky with the good hair.
Okay.
Kidding.
Oh my God.
If you say so.
or this is another one I forget. But anyway, so you done? You making your drink? You done?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm here.
Okay. We were
You know,
just talking about being single and dating in this time, and she mentioned what that meant for her, and so that's what we're talking about.
Got you.
And being married at this time is kind of weird too, because it's social media. It's when people were married a long time ago, it wasn't like social media and these women with these big basketball booties all over social media and this level of expectation, because everybody is like saying what they do sexually, and you know what I mean? And you're trying to like fulfill what is being said and heard and what looks good. And, it's a level of expectation as a wife.
yeah, it's a delusion, and it's all in the media. It's all over the
Mhm.
billboard, everywhere you look, every Instagram. So it's a lot of pressure for these young girls, and also for grown girls. I mean, women. So
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of pressure in the regards that I think sex is sensationalized. And, when you have two women doing songs like WAP, and everybody's ass looks like a donkey, and you know what I'm saying?
When did all this start? These big asses.
I don't know.
And like women who already have, it's not like that they're like a surfboard in the back. They've got something and then just have to keep making it bigger and bigger. What is that?
I don't know. I do not know. My ass, I feel like I got a walrus ass. But, but I see people's asses bigger than mine, and I'm like, wow.
It looks crazy.
it seems like it puts so much pressure on their little shin. Like it looks so beautiful. They
My
just
little shin.
yeah, they're
Hey.
shin. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was looking, somebody posted on some account on Instagram that I follow, these before and after photos of Beyonce this morning. And I guess I didn't realize she's had all that done too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she don't look like Jessica Rabbit.
Look like Jessica Rabbit.
I said she doesn't look like Jessica Rabbit.
No, she doesn't. It was a gradual process,
Right.
and it looks more natural,
Right.
So it's kind of like this, if Sinbad said it best. He was doing stand-up one day, and he said, you come home one day and your dog don't even know you. If you're gonna have a weave, just let it come out a little bit and then a little longer. But shit, you popping up, you got hair down to your knees, and your dog like, who the fuck is this? So if you're gonna do it gradually, where it looks natural, where it's
Right.
it looks, and it's not really the ass, it's the waist to ass ratio.
Mm-hmm.
So did y'all see Kim Kardashian's before picture?
Yes.
Yes.
Those ladies don't look nothing like they look now.
Those ladies have really, I mean, they've gone completely out of control with the plastic surgery.
Well, I say this, if they want to do it, they can do it. I don't care. I wouldn't do it to myself. But if they like it, I love it. But they do not look anything like they look. I saw before and after of Kim, and I'm like, they are some goddamn artists, because they made a whole nother person and made it believable. That this person looks like that all along. But
I think the one that's most likely to be the
Chloe.
best one is no. I'm saying the best as far as like the makeover is Kylie. You know, she's the
I
one
don't
that
even know which
looks
one
good.
Kylie is.
She's the youngest, and she's the one that basically looks completely different. Because remember, she had a whole different type of look going on.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, her face and everything is just
yeah.
completely different. Yeah.
And she's a beautiful girl. Like, she looks good. And I'm not opposed to plastic surgery. I just don't believe in going overboard and all of that. But you know, it's 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 kind of the craze. And these girls are losing their lives doing it at the same time. That's the flip side to it. So
Yeah, I don't even want to talk. I don't even want to record without a fucking filter these days. I'm like, shit. God damn. These people, they have their face airbrushed on. You see people and they makeup be like flawless. Eyebrows, lashes. You like, I showed my husband a picture of this woman and she like had this big poofy hair and big diamond hoop earrings and nails and just looking like she just had all of these just expensive stuff, right? So I showed a picture of her to him. I was like, what you think? He was like, shit, it looked like something I can't pay for.
It's so funny to me. So many men do not they don't realize the maintenance that it takes to look like that.
Right.
Like they
And
don't
but
realize.
I ain't giving that kind of money to look that way.
no,
Mm-mm.
no.
I'm just regular.
Yeah,
Would
I've
you
gotten
take a regular
comfortable.
or extra pretty? I'll take a regular with a brain.
Mm-hmm. I've gotten very comfortable not wearing makeup.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, you know, how if I ever have to go back to work in an office, I've kind of thought about that. Like, I don't think I'd wear makeup anymore. Maybe a little mascara. That's it.
Yeah. Well, shit, have a breakout. I bet your ass wear some makeup then.
I might make
Your
an
skin
exception
must be
for
looking
that.
healthy these days. My
Mm-hmm.
skin glowing these days. I just wouldn't wear makeup. But shit. No, I get what you're saying. I'm not big on makeup either, but these women these days, they take their makeup off and they like a whole nother person.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Mm-hmm. So, Cynic,
Yeah.
Rebecca has had quite the dating experience. I won't go into details. I'll let her talk. She she's never satisfied.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true. Well,
You know that
maybe it
if that's
is.
true.
Maybe it is true. It's just
But I think one thing that I do love about you though, I think you give anybody a shot because I'm gonna say this, Cynic. She dated a paraplegic guy, right? And she have legs. And I have nothing against paraplegic guys, but I don't know if I would want to date one.
It's a lot of work involved, you know.
and he dumped me.
Oh yeah, Indy.
What?
He dumped me. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't
He
gonna
played
say
me.
that.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
He full on played me. No, that was it was a while ago. I mean, it wasn't it wasn't anything too serious, but
What did he
I
say?
liked him.
How did he break up with you? And why?
Well, I don't know. He never really gave me I think that I fully got played is what I think. I met him.
My
So
handicap. Come on.
yes. He had family out here who like his brother and his family lived out here. And he came out with the rest of his family on this like extended family vacation. And I met him on I want to say Tinder. And so
Oh, it gets
It gets better.
and so he gave me this whole, kind of song and dance about like, yeah, I come out here all the time, and he was going to be out here for I think like 3 more weeks or something. And so normally I wouldn't meet up with somebody who's on vacation, but I thought, you know, I didn't get the vibe like he was looking for a hookup or anything like that. So, and he was real cute. Tiffany, I showed you a picture of him, I think.
Yeah, you did. And
He's
he
cute.
was an extraordinary paraplegic. He climbed
Yeah.
Mount Everest or something.
Yeah, he was very I think I think it was Mount Everest.
Mount
He was very, yeah, super active and like had done all these cool things. So anyway, I meet up with him. We really hit it off. Long story short, I ended up spending, the rest of the 3 weeks with him. I met his whole family. They were super cool. And then he wanted to we agreed that we would meet up, somewhere kind of halfway after he went back home. So we end up meeting up in Vegas. And I hadn't slept with him while he was out here. Um, in Vegas, we hooked up, and then the tables just kind of turned. So I had one of my best friends had dated a paraplegic for quite a while. And so I sort of knew, certain things about like prior
like his
to
penis
that.
worked.
Yeah. Prior to that, I would have thought nothing below the waist would work.
Oh, he could get it up and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And could he like move, or did you have to do everything?
No, he
I just want to know. I mean, we're here. We are here now. We may as well continue to walk across the bed.
I mean, he had tremendous upper body strength.
Oh.
Ooh, that might have been fun.
I mean, I just you might have to edit this out.
Okay.
But it was really good. It was like
he had moves.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. You know what he did? I know.
Yes.
He gave you the time of your life and walked away.
Yes, he did. So I get back to Hawaii, and he just kind of told me, I can't remember if it was over text or over the phone, like that he didn't think it was going to work out. And that was it. No further explanation. And then I kind of stalked him on Instagram after that, just seeing what he was up to. And there were I don't know, maybe couple months or so, there would be pictures of him with some new chick, and he'd be like taking her, on vacation or
player.
Total player.
Do that.
Because I'm all about stalkers, restraining, all of that.
Like, really?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah. Ex-boyfriend gone, stalker gone, threatening, try to, harm me. Like, there's a whole laundry list. And so, yeah, went down that road. And you never know that you're going to go down that road, because I'm a very strong person. Both my parents, still together, married, taught me all these valuable lessons. I have an older brother, so I've seen, some things and heard some things. But when it's you're like, damn, I am in a very volatile relationship.
So why do you think people stay?
I think that's a few different reasons. First of all, the mind game there. That person's probably established some type of control over that person's mind. And when I say control, I don't mean like a zombie. I just mean like there's some kind of pull that person has, taking advantage of that other person. And then, you got to have a plan to leave, especially if you're living with that person, or if you're in close quarters with that person, you have to make a plan to leave so that you don't just fuck it up,
Yeah.
And then, that fear, and maybe you have nowhere else.
I think people also get comfortable too. They're like, it's bad, but it could be worse, and it's not as bad as
Yeah,
it could
it's as
be.
bad as
You
Uh-huh.
rationalize it in your mind. You're like, it's not as
Mhm.
bad as it could be. You know,
I
yeah.
know
So did this
for me, I was in a vulnerable state. I was in
Uh-huh.
a very vulnerable state. I had just gotten out of a very wild relationship back on the East Coast. It was very, very wild. And when I say that, I mean like lifetime story, hangers in the closet swing, and I'm out of here type shit, you know? So when I got back to Texas, a few months after I was here, I met this guy um, at my cousin's party, and we just, hit it off from there. Very nice in the beginning, always a gentleman and stuff like that. But then little by little, you see just little things coming out. And then before you know it, you're in a situation. So when I tried to break up with this person on several occasions, it would get worse and it would escalate. He'd show up at the house, and I moved back in with my parents when I came back from the East Coast, and he would ring their doorbell in the middle of the night. He would sit outside, and I'm like, you know what, please, you know. And then you have to play crazy for crazy, right? So now you got to act crazy with the person just kind of fucking survive, just kind of like, seriously, that's
Like, no, you motherfucker, I'm gonna call the police on your ass. Now, don't come back, you
right.
do.
You have to put your foot down,
Yeah.
you know. But
so did you so before the first time you tried to break up with him, had he already started acting crazy, or were you surprised at how he reacted at that point?
well, you get these little signs, right? And then you try, and I think sometimes us women, we kind of say, oh, maybe it was this, oh, well, maybe not,
Mhm.
it was that. So there are little things that you see. Maybe they say something and you're like, huh? It takes you aback, and it's a little bit controlling, and you're kind of like,
Mhm.
huh. I know one example. We went out to a place, and we're walking in, and I didn't hold his hand, and he said, how come when we go out in your scenic woods, you can't hold my hand? And I'm like, because I'm being scenic woods. And scenic woods is scenic woods. It's not scenic woods plus one.
Oh, gosh.
You know what I'm saying? Since you want to fucking go there, since you want to go there, I'm not just presenting that out there like that, right? But since you want to, I'm like,
Mhm.
that's where you try to, you have to establish your boundary.
So y'all pushed each other's buttons, basically.
Well, that's where it started for me, because I saw him act different when I was out, meeting and greeting people, performing, being scenic woods. It was tough for him to see me, do those things and without questioning who's this, who's that. So you see these little things, you're like, that is psycho, you know. But needless to say,
Jealousy.
jealousy. Needless to say, it did not. It was not fun. It was very scary, and shit, we could be here all day talking about it.
Mm.
Mm.
I just thank God that I was able to get out of the situation.
Yeah.
A lot of that comes from male immaturity because just a uh, drama filled environment can make you want to go the other way, right?
Mhm.
Drama.
I talk through it.
Yes.
I talk shit with my friends through it. It's gonna be okay.
That's right. That's right.
And so I'm on the other side of all of that. I'm a mommy to a 7-year-old little Ever Rain, my sweetheart. So I got my daughter, and I'm in a happy relationship right now. So I've been blessed. I've seen some things, but
Yes.
you know, and it is hard. You
It
mentioned how
is.
hard it is to date. Yeah.
Yeah, it
You,
is. It is. It can be. But y'all women, y'all can be kind of crazy too. So
are, are
us,
you? Because you
us.
said y'all instead of us, or
But I
we.
mean, y'all single women, y'all
Oh,
kind of crazy. It's like y'all meet somebody, it's like, girl, yeah, I'm gonna marry him. It's like, how many dates y'all been on? 2. You gonna marry him? Y'all been on 2 dates. Okay.
hey.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's it's tough. I don't really know how to, I mean, I'm dating somebody right now. I don't know how to meet anybody anymore outside of the apps. And you know, it's sometimes that
Do you
works
not know
out.
how to flirt?
Not very well. Not very well, but also like how do you I mean, I've put myself out there in all different kind of ways to you know, when I've been looking uh outside of just dating apps, and I just never, the few times that I've met somebody, it hasn't worked out, but it's, I don't know, it's just hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like men don't really approach like they used to, and I'm not really comfortable being the one to initiate.
But you know what?
So,
You know, Rebecca, you
What was it?
I don't know. I'm gonna have
what?
to Cynic, I'm gonna have to hook up with somebody. Well, she's dating somebody
I'm
now.
dating somebody now, but I'm just talking about
I give it 3 months.
okay.
Oh,
Kidding. I'm kidding.
let's just have
You do this to me every time.
I'm sorry.
Phoenix, she never approves of anybody that I
that is
date.
just messed up.
Never.
I give it a
She
year.
always
Okay,
does
that's
this.
longer.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. No. I think this is the one.
Rebecca,
Oh,
what
shut up. It doesn't have to be the one, but I mean,
somebody to hang out
Damn,
with?
she ain't happy with nothing.
you what?
I say you're not happy with nothing I say.
No, because you're always a total downer about it.
No,
I
not.
thought that was, you know, I've had a lot of disappointments. A lot of guys that seem to be on the up and up. We seem to be on the same page about what we're looking for, and then, you know,
Yeah.
turns out something's off.
Are you finding that people are fake? They're not who they say they are,
Yeah.
I'll be
basically.
back, y'all. I'm going to get an ice cream cone.
And back to
Yeah.
you right after this.
Yeah, I think that like in more recent years, it's just, it's not even like these guys are bad guys or intentionally being, you know, deceiving about anything, but
Mhm.
it's kind of more like they think that they're ready for something serious, or they think they're in a certain place in life, and then um realize that that's not the case.
They have a change of heart.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
uh
And are these the people that you're meeting on your dating apps, or is this like word of mouth? Like,
yeah.
just me?
Yeah, I guess, I mean, at least my past few relationships have been, I've met them on apps. How did you meet your current boyfriend?
Funny you should ask. I met him on an app as well.
Okay.
It was my first time, doing that. At the time, my assistant was like, you need to, go on Bumble. And another app, she said, you need to go and, set up a profile. And I was like, oh my gosh, no. And she's like, yes, how else are you going to meet someone? And I'm like, you don't go out. So it's not like you're going to meet anybody. And I was like, I don't want to. So one day I decided, you know what? I'm doing this, um, and I joined, and we ended up meeting on there. And he teases me to this day because I ghosted him after we first, after we first, like, started speaking. But honestly, there were so many guys in my inbox. And with Bumble, it's a girls app, right?
Right.
So meaning, we get to say who we're talking to, and we're not harassed by the guys. So yeah, so my inbox was popping. Uh, and my guy, when he was speaking through, the messages, it was just like, ooh, I just got serious vibes. Like, ooh, I might be looking for fun, and he may be looking for a serious the one. And it
Right.
was like he was saying that in his conversation. It was just the tone. I just felt it in his spirit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So I ghosted him, and I said, I'm gonna have a little fun, because where is Tiffany? She is missing out on this. Uh, so yeah, she's missing out. She don't even know all of this. Uh, so I think she come back.
So what had happened, girl?
See, where is she? She is missing it. She was asking me how I met my guy.
How you
Yeah,
met
you're
him?
missing the story.
Okay, keep going.
So, because she was saying she had met, her relationships had come from, meeting people on apps. And so she asked me, how did I meet my guy? And I told her, believe it or not, an app as well. At the time, my assistant was like, you need to join, you need to do something, because my son, I mean, my son, my daughter's father and I, we were roommates, like literally still living under the same roof, raising our daughter, co-parenting, but not together, like not sexually, not in a relationship, like for some time. And so I was reluctant to date, because I felt like my situation, it was just not ideal. Like, what I'm going to say, hey, you're my new boyfriend, but hey, my baby daddy's upstairs. So I was like, let me get all that together. So when I met my guy, I was kind of going through that transition. So we met, and I was telling Rebecca, Tiffany, that I ghosted him because I was intimidated by his tone. I felt like he was looking for more, and I was kind of trying to maybe have fun. So I ghosted him, and he teases me because I did that. But anyway, I came back, and I texted him, and I was like, hey, it's me. I noticed that you're still on Bumble. I mean, because I went through all this like red tape to try to see if I could see if he was on Bumble, because I deleted my profile, so I had to redo a new profile. I mean, I did all this. And so I went looking for him, y'all. And so he was still on Bumble. And I text him and I said, hey, I see you're still on Bumble. What's going on? Hit me up. And so, of course, he gave me a hard time. And he's, wait, who is this? What? Acting, yeah. And that's kind of how we met. After that, we talked, a few weeks, and then we met up and hung out and became like really good friends. And from there, I mean, that's how we met. And I didn't even think that it would happen, because I never dated online.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't even go out, so I wouldn't have never met him anyway.
Right.
It's just not what he does. He doesn't go out, so where would I meet him?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that opened my
Meet
eyes.
him on Facebook.
Huh?
On Facebook.
I did not meet Facebook.
No, I mean, that's what's great about the apps is, you meet people who you would never cross paths with probably any
Right.
other way, right? I mean,
Common interest.
yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I met my guy on Hinge. I don't know if you tried that one at all, but it's basically, I mean, they're kind of all the same.
Hinge, Bumble,
Mm-hmm.
Tinder. I heard Tinder was just a screw app.
No, I think I kind of started that way, but not so much anymore.
Oh, really? It's kind of calm.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I mean, you can, you find those types really on all the apps.
Good.
You just have to weed them out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
How do you know that they're that type?
What?
Like the type to just
um,
like catfish you or not be who they say or
Oh, yeah.
I guess I don't think I've ever been catfished. One time I I met a guy, this was years ago, who claimed to be about like 5 inches taller than he was in reality. But other than that, I've never been full on catfished.
Rebecca is tall. Seen it.
I'm 5'10", and this guy claimed to be, I think he claimed to be 5'10" or 5'11", and I was like looking down on him.
Did you have on shoes like high heels, or he just
No. Mm-mm. No, he was tiny. He just completely lied about his height.
not the tiny?
Mm-hmm.
It was
Uh,
tiny.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I know what you mean. I'm 5'8", so
Mm-hmm.
I have a hard time, dating a man who I have to look down to.
Yeah.
I really don't prefer that. I mean, I know it can happen and you can fall in love, and it's not like I haven't dated someone who was shorter than me. Little
Right.
Miss, look, little Mr. Fraudulent Fucker was shorter than me. So yeah.
Yeah, I've dated guys who are shorter too. I think it's
Look at
just,
y'all talking about it like it's a disease or something.
well, no, but I mean,
Shorter. Oh my
As
God.
the same person who's 5'3".
My
like
husband is 4, 6'5", so
this guy, I didn't like him either. I mean, I didn't like his personality. I wasn't attracted to him at all, but it's just off-putting when people lie in their profiles about the silliest stuff, or put like older photos up. That happened to me a couple times where when we met in person, it was clear that they were,
was
a good
weird.
20 pounds heavier than, stuff like that.
you know what? One of my girlfriends said she met a guy. She met him online, right? And he lived in New York, and they developed like a rapport with each other. Like they were on the phone every night. They sent each other pictures. This was back when Facebook had started, but it wasn't really that popular, and or it might have been right before Facebook. But anyway, she met him online, and they really, really enjoyed talking to each other. And he described himself, and when she got there, he was like 500-600 pounds.
No, bitch.
Mm.
Yeah. She said like he was
What?
like sitting around the table. And
No.
she said she
You
didn't want to be mean. She saw that it was him, and she said she guessed he thought well, she was just gonna be so intrigued by the conversation,
Mm.
That it wasn't gonna bother her or whatever. But she said
Right.
they sat down because they were supposed to go eat pizza. And I said, girl, what did you do? She said, we sat there and we talked for like 5 minutes. And then I told him, I said, you were just honest with me, right? And he was like, dishonest about what? I don't know what you're talking about. And
Right.
she said the picture he sent was him, but it had to be a much younger picture because this guy was toned, and the guy that was sitting in front of her was just fat, just mush, And he said, well, if it makes you uncomfortable, if it bothers you, why are you here? And she said
Bye.
she didn't want to be there. She was like, you lied. I don't want to be here, And he said, well, what about all the stuff that you said, on the phone? And she was like, yeah, but I thought I was talking to another person. You lied to me. You let me make the choice if I want to be with somebody that's really obese.
Right.
Mm.
Wow.
Gosh. I just find I have very little patience. So I just,
I very little patience. You ain't even 40 yet.
I know, but I just, that's my biggest struggle in relationships, I think, or at least right now.
Patience
Like
for what? Like how that person moves through the relationship, or just tolerance for behavior, or
just like real kind of small things. Like I just have I'm very don't know. I'm just very like particular about how I like my space and how I like things to be done. And I'm more like, you know, it's like if you see something that needs to be done, just do it. Don't put it off, like around the house or, different things like that.
Mm-hmm.
The guy I'm dating is much more like he's just very, very laid back.
He's a Gemini.
He's a Gemini. And
What's your
so Pisces.
okay?
So I don't know. I find that I'm just kind of easily, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking out loud here, but maybe it's like a control thing. I've just been having to do some introspection because I noticed that I'm just easily irritated about dumb stuff.
Well, at least but then you're gonna have to ask yourself, I think, what do you want? What is it that you really want? Because that other person is not going to be perfect and you're not going to be perfect. So when they show up, you're going to have to be able to, be open to what they bring to the space,
Mm-hmm. That's very true.
and learn from that. Now, yeah, there are going to be things that we all want to change about our mates, vice versa, right? But
some of us want to change the whole damn mate.
yeah, just redo some shit. Go in the computer and just select a whole different Bitmoji, and hit say, I don't know. I think I talk to myself every day in regards to not being so hard on myself about something.
Mm-hmm.
I always have to like give myself props, versus being critical because I'm a Virgo. So what am I? A critic,
Mm-hmm.
very like dissecting and analytical and all that. So I just think too much sometimes.
Yeah. I'm definitely harder on other people than I am on myself. I I don't know.
That was very real. Now, okay, well, would you date you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would.
But my mom was very creative when we were growing up, how she would describe, our private parts. And so as, she would say that's your box. And I'm like, my box. Okay. Yeah. And then for my brother, okay, yeah, she was wrong for this, but she told him Fundy Gundy. That's your Fundy Gundy. And so he grew up Fundy Gundy this, Fundy Gundy
Oh my
that.
God.
Got into like the locker room and started talking. They said something, like, yo dick or something. He was like, you mean my Fundy Gundy?
Oh my God.
And everybody was like, what?
Yeah, Fundy,
My
Gundy.
brother came home. He slammed that door. He was so pissed. Mama!
Oh
Oh, you got
no.
me going to Funny Gundy and all the guys say this, whether ding-a-ling, dig, I mean, pick one, but it wasn't Funny Gundy, okay?
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, it's just wrong.
Gandhi.
That's why I teach my daughter the real name of what it is, okay?
You're like, this is your pussy, okay?
I did not say that. Stupid. No, I did not.
Shit.
Your vagina. She's like, vagina? Yeah,
Oh,
vagina.
you
Okay.
said vagina, okay. The clean version.
You
She
so
she'll
silly.
soon know the other word now. Cause hell, Carly, what's her name? Cardi B and all of them telling them anyway. My over in the corner singing, my 9-year-old over in the
What?
corner about swallow me, gobble me, something. I'm like, what the
You
fuck?
said that?
Wait, Nyla was singing that?
Yeah, she over in the corner
Oh
talking about swallow
God.
me, gobble me. But I'm like, what in the hell? She
Oh my
heard
God.
it on the radio.
Oh no.
Yeah, one of my good friends was like, I don't know what we're gonna do now. I said, what you mean? Now that they release Wild, I mean, our girls, they just ain't got no hope now. I
No,
said,
they don't.
oh Lord.
They
I don't
don't.
know why. I don't understand why Cardi B got so much heat for that song when, I mean, male
There's,
artists have been talking about pussies and whatnot
yep.
for years.
Can we talk about our own pussies finally?
Right. It's just,
But okay, but I gotta say this. Where's the line between us being like so overly sexual and like bosses and all of this, and us being feminine and wanting to be treated a certain way? Is there like a line?
You can still get your respect and still talk that shit. I believe, you know.
But I think men look at you different when you talk like that.
Yeah, they do, but the right man for you won't. He will love you even further. And
Yeah,
anybody,
but we do also have this thing where we're like, men don't respect women. They don't open the doors for us no more. They don't do this, they don't do that. But
mine,
we want that.
mine opens the door. Mine does all that for me.
Well, that's you. I'm speaking in general. We want that, but then we want to. I found that offensive, that Cardi B song. I didn't like it. I have children.
It
well,
is.
yeah. I'm
It
not
is.
saying that it's not offensive. I'm just saying I think that there's just such a double standard. Like I'm less offended honestly by hearing a female say those lyrics than a man.
Hmm.
I
I-
feel like this. This is not the first rodeo of us hearing
Mm-mm.
songs that detail such visuals, right?
no,
Mm-mm.
it's not.
Men,
But I
but,
mean, they
wait,
play anything on
but
the radio now.
but men have been doing it all this time. So when women do it, then it's just like, oh,
Yeah, but Two Live Crew, we had to go out and buy that. Like you had to sneak that in. I
but
mean,
guess
they can
what?
listen to Spotify and it's like Summer Walker is singing, I just need some dick. I'm
But guess
like, what in the
what?
hell?
We're in a different era, just like we just talked about. It's so much accessible, just like porn. These
Yeah.
kids got porn on their phone now. They ain't gotta do nothing else but just find it on their phone, So it's
Yeah,
not
but
accessible. And so that's the difference. So it's going to
right.
be today because it's a different era and it's more accessible. What
Yeah,
I'm
it's
saying
true.
is that it's been like that. If you're from Houston, I know you remember suck my pussy for a pork chop. Suck my pussy for a pork chop. Suck my pussy, suck my pussy. Yeah, I know you
Look,
know Choice, right?
a whole
Tiffany,
pork chop,
huh?
a whole pork chop.
You act like you remember Choice. The
Uh-uh.
dicky dicky, the dicky dicky, the
I
dicky dicky.
remember that. I remember.
So I'm just saying that
But it wasn't like it is now.
it wasn't going to be because evolution happens, right? But the point is it's still
But damn, these kids be 9 and they know everything.
well, that's censorship. That's on the
Right.
parent.
Exactly. That's
But
what
it's too
Hard.
hard.
these parents are like up in arms. Like I saw this video of this woman crying about crying over WAP. And it's like, look, just lock it down. Don't let your kids, have social media or listen to the radio
Yeah,
or
but when they go
whatever.
to a school party, they're gonna play it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but it's like there are things that parents can do to
No, it's
You can't
limit the exposure.
you can't be sit back waiting on a song or an artist to raise your child and censor your child.
Uh-uh.
I'm
That
not
art
saying that.
still has to be
That's not
creative.
what I'm saying. I'm just saying some of this shit ain't even creativity to me.
No, I understand. I
Yeah.
totally understand that. I agree.
Yeah.
I said I was in a '90s R&B girl group. I know real music. Like I understand
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
that the side of it, it's been going on since I can remember. And I had access to it because I'm an artist and because I was always into music and because I was always for the culture. I was always into some shit musically. So yeah, I heard all this raunchy shit back then. It's just not as accessible for YouTube or,
Mhm.
Spotify. It wasn't at your
Gotcha,
fingertips.
gotcha,
And
gotcha,
so that's all I'm saying is like
gotcha.
it's just always been around and I don't think it's
Gotcha.
going anywhere. So for people to make such a big, hoo-ha about it.
No, I'm not saying that. I
We
got you.
no, we have a right to those feelings, but I feel that if you just look back, it's just history repeating itself in the era in which it's in.
Yeah.
It could
Yeah.
be.
You know, because I'm a mom now. I don't want ever to be going around talking about, wow, I lose my mind. You know,
Mhm.
so I get it, but I got to keep her away from that kind of stuff. And I don't want her to be sheltered, but I also am not going to be the one to
Oh, don't worry, they'll tell you. You'll be like,
yeah,
where
that's
did you hear that from?
here. They will hear it, but not through
My
my car.
friend at school.
Mhm.
I heard it from my friend at school. My friend at school, she got a bra and she wear tissue in her panties. You'd be like, what the fuck? Kind of shit?
Tissue in her panties.
I ain't heard that one before.
For what?
They just say all
They trying
kind
to
of
get a
stuff.
wild. They're trying to get a wild.
Oh,
I'm just saying that you never know what they thinking.
Lord have mercy. No, sis.
Ah,
Right. That ain't
God.
right.
I was so sheltered to the point that I was only allowed to listen to Christian music growing up. I remember I ordered oh my God, what was the name? Was it BMG? That
Oh yeah, I had that
was
too.
it BMG, that
CD,
membership?
the CD
Yeah, the
membership.
CD membership.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
and it was like a
did.
penny. You signed up for a penny for like your first, I don't know,
I remember that.
50 CDs or something. So I signed up without my parents knowing, and I got all these CDs in the mail. And my mom found them and went through them all and read all the lyrics and made me get rid of pretty much all of them. But it was stuff like I had like Sheryl Crow, and I had the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack and stuff
That
that was
wasn't
just so
even bad.
tame. Yeah. And
You, I thought she found Bobby Brown or something.
Or
no,
Two
no
Live
Bobby
Crew or some
Brown.
shit.
True Love
It
Crew.
was just I Mariah Carey, like nothing that was. And she went through, she read every damn lyric and was like, no, you got to get rid of these.
Oh Lord.
Ugh.
Okay, Rebecca, just tell them how crazy our family really is. All right.
They're
Hey,
crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
we
Yep. Yep.
are crazy, okay.
So
Yeah.
did she make you get rid of Mariah Carey?
Yeah.
Damn, what could Mariah
Mariah Carey was
Carey have
out.
said that was bad?
I don't know. It was just she didn't think I should be listening
It was
to
secular.
what's that?
It was secular music. It didn't matter what she
Yeah.
was saying.
I
It
I
was for the Lord. So she was
yeah.
like, no, I can't.
I shouldn't have been listening to, romantic songs about relationships and stuff like that. And
She didn't want you to get a whop.
no, she didn't. She
She
didn't.
be trying to get a whop.
She
This would
Yeah.
definitely give you a whop. I'm getting this shit.
Yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
hmm
Ain't that crazy? I mean, not. And the thing about it is, we're gonna go out into the world anyway
hmm
and learn these things, and But I'll be honest. Like, I've thought about how am I gonna say to my daughter, like, you're gonna have something that comes every month, and it's gonna be painful.
Listen, I already had to talk to my daughter about periods because her dog started her period recently, and I was like, "What the f?" So I had to explain to her periods, and then she wanted to tell everybody that we saw Lala started her period. She got a pad on and everything. I'm like,
So you talk to your 7-year-old about periods?
I had to.
Can
Yes.
you talk to my 9-year-old? Because I don't
No,
want
thank you. It'd
Oh,
be
See,
very one
that's
that's
actually
very
a
close.
perfect way for it to come up.
it
Talking
is.
about the dog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to tell her, mommy has a period. And I had to like segue that into it. And I told her
Mm.
one day she'll have one. And then like 3 days later, she was like, mommy, when I have a period, I said, oh no, that's not going to
Mm.
happen for a long time.
At least a good 5 years, 4 or 5
Right.
years. 6, maybe 7. Who knows?
Hmm.
Yeah, baby, that period. That's your sign.
No, thank you.
If you use this incorrectly, you will have some motherfuckers rolling along with you. Okay.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
saying. You want to grow a team?
Mm.
Get you a team, okay?
Mm.
So anyway, Rebecca, what's the
Mhm.
scoop on Ti? What's the deal on Ti lately?
I haven't read up on it. I just saw that there were 3 other women that came forward accusing them of drugging them, and I'm doing a quick Google search.
What you think
I don't know
about
what's up with these people. You think it's true?
that? I was asking Cynic. Cynic, what you think?
I really don't know. I really don't know. I mean, honestly, I wasn't there. It's always he said, she said. I do think that, sometimes people are into things sexually, and then when it comes out, they change their story. I'm not saying that's what happened there. I'm just saying that that does happen, and people, forget what they agreed to initially, or maybe that did happen. It's just hard to say what did happen when you weren't there.
Well, the only thing that in this situation is if you hanging out with a certain crew, right? If you saying hanging out with them a month or two, okay, let's say you hang out with them a few weeks or a month. You might not know what they into, but you hanging out with them over 6 months and y'all been hanging tight, you're gonna know what they about, right? You just kind of gonna know because people,
Right.
especially when they are celebrities, people gonna say, oh girl, they
They
into
put it
that
out there.
kinky stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I feel like if you're not into that, you need to like go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Because if you know I'm into something and you staying or you buzzing around it, then you must be into it too, you know?
Right.
And I'm not saying that they are into it, but you know, it's
Well,
just
these girls were alleging that they were drugged, that they didn't
Mhm.
know that this is what they were getting into, and they got into a situation where maybe they were just partying and having a good time, but then it turned like that. That's what they're alleging.
No,
Mhm.
I didn't know we were doing this today. I didn't know anything.
Well, thanks a lot, god damn it.
Well, look, I just want to tell the listeners that they can find me on Instagram, Scenic Woods, um, Facebook, all that fun stuff. Come
Mhm.
follow me, and let's holler at each other.
There you
Okay, give me
go.
your handle, Rebecca.
Mm-mm. I don't want anybody following me.
Oh, damn.
They can follow Scenic. I'm good.
Oh, God. You see what I'm dealing with? You see
Hey,
what I'm, huh? Scenic, you see what I'm dealing with, right?
that's hey. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to
Well, you can follow me at Tiffany Norman Unedited. Don't follow Rebecca. You can just follow us.
say.
She
Just
said
find
she don't want to be followed.
just
Mm-mm.
follow us and click on Rebecca. You'll follow her eventually.
Right, right,
She won't even know.
right.
Yeah.
All right, you
Uh,
jokers. I'll see you next Sunday.
all right.
Bye.
Everybody.
Bye.
I want to thank you guys for checking out the podcast. Remember, I upload every Wednesday, sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the evening, but it's every Wednesday. And thanks for checking me out. Sometimes I'm rolling with a crew, sometimes I'm solo dolo, sometimes I got my uncle with me, friends. It just all depends. Until next time, please subscribe to the podcast. And you can follow me on just about any social media platform at TiffanyNormanUnedited.com. And I want you guys to remember Laughter is the best form of therapy, and life is better when you laugh, because if you stop laughing, they will start laughing at your ass. So have a good time and take care of each other. See you next week.